Hi guys, welcome to finally my YouTube channel and podcast. We're doing this both on YouTube and all the podcasts, Spotify, Apple. Thank you for being here. It's so good to be back. I've wanted to do long form for a really, really long time. In fact, on YouTube, I used to do a lot more Torah videos, like real Torah classes. And I want to start doing them again because that is where my soul is. My soul is in Torah teaching and long form videos. I will probably make reels for Instagram later today, but I hate them. It's not enough time to express myself. I've had a really crazy couple past months, as you guys have, a lot of people guessed, a lot of people asked. I completely disappeared and I finally just posted something on Instagram today. Thank God I'm pregnant. I'm having a baby, which is insane. It's crazy. I know that there are millions of women who have babies every year, but I can't believe that there is this living thing inside of me, a living baby inside of me. It's just shocking. Like I've been kind of staring at the wall for the past 5 months. It's just so surreal. I'm one of 9. I have 5 sisters. A lot of them have had kids. My mom has had me, but I guess when it happens to you, it's just like, oh my gosh, you feel the baby kicking. You see the baby on the monitor. You can hear its heartbeat. I don't know if there are women who are watching this. I hope there are, because women are my favorite. But it's so surreal. My pregnancy has been kind of hard. Couldn't stop vomiting. Also can't stop crying. I think some people would say it's hormones. I think I have extra soul in me. I keep telling my husband, because I'm talking 4,000 times as much as I usually talk, which is why I'm kind of starting a YouTube channel. I just need someone to talk to. I'm joking. But I always tell my husband, it's the extra soul. There's an extra soul in my body. It's too much for me. Rav alai. It's like I need to let it out. There's another life in me, literally. Anyways, so that's where I've been. I actually was in the heat of my ambition when I found out that I was pregnant. I found out I was pregnant on October 7th. Can you believe that? On October 7th, I found out I was pregnant, and that's going to take us, today's just an introduction. I want to introduce this podcast and tell you guys what this is about. I'm so excited. I have so much to share with you guys. I can't, and I somehow would like to hear from you guys too. I'm going to be looking at all the comments every single day whenever I post. But I was in the heat of my ambition a couple months ago, and I don't know why this is important for me to say. I remember my husband and I went out to dinner in Bell Harbor. We live in Florida. And someone stopped me and was like, "Are you Rochel Leah? I love your stuff. I love your Instagram." And it was so nice for my ego. I was like, "Yeah, I'm Rochel Leah. Yeah, that's my stuff." And I was so proud of myself. And I found out I was pregnant like right then. And I remember in the beginning, I get on here every day. Well, let's say Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. I'm making reels every day about Judaism. Guys, I don't know how to explain to you what Judaism is. It's so much more than everyone thinks or knows. And we'll get there in a second. There's going to be things that blurt out of me because this has been in my mind for the past 4 or 5 months. Anyways, I found out that I was pregnant really in the heat of my ambition. I was more ambitious than ever and working harder than ever. And I remember feeling I was like, am I crazy, or is my body, my baby, I felt like my baby was asking me to just focus on it and just do nothing. I've never done nothing my entire life. It's maybe it's a confidence thing, an insecurity thing. It's hard for me to do nothing. It's you're being so lazy. You're not being productive. You're not doing anything with your life. It's been one of the biggest accomplishments of my life that I've done nothing for the past 4 or 5 months. 5 months. Obviously, it's not nothing. I'm creating a life, but I've just completely secluded myself from the world. I've been nesting. I've been at home. I've been either at home, crying, vomiting, or I've been learning a lot these past 5 months. I actually haven't stopped learning. There was some time where I couldn't do anything. Literally, I was just so sick. I don't know if there are women who are watching this who also just couldn't stop vomiting, and it was horrific. It was honestly horrible. But thank God I'm coming out of it now, which is why I'm back. What was I saying? I feel like I've created a bubble that is secluded from the world, that is separate from the world of history and books. I'm going to show you some books. I have to show you the books I've been reading recently and learning Torah. I cannot believe that we Jews were given the Torah. And if there are Christians who are watching this, or Muslims, let's say the Bible, to some of you it's the Old Testament. Or if you're an atheist, it's just the Torah, the Bible. You guys know what the Bible is. I feel like I haven't been in the world in the past like 4 or 5 months, and there's a lot of stuff I want to share. But I found out that I was pregnant on October 7th, which is interesting because this is something actually I hear from a lot of Jewish women, and this is something we're going to talk about in a minute. My husband and I were like quadruply resolved to start a Jewish family after October 7th. All of this is happening in the backdrop of the past 2 years, which have been really hard for the Jewish people. To me, it's felt biblical. I feel like it's surreal. I feel like, in Jewish day school, we learn all about like Jewish history and being a Jew. What does it mean to be a Jew? What does God want from me? What does it mean to be Jewish? What is this Jewishness? Why? It's a mystery, and you live your whole life trying to figure it out. And I saw since October 7th of 2023, when October 7th happened, I feel like I was living Jewish history. Like all those Jews you learn about who go through the Jewishness of being Jewish, the reality of being Jewish, I feel like we went through that. And I feel like I've been going through it again the past 5 months. I have been learning nonstop, Torah all day, all night, learning about history and what we've been through as a people. The way that we Jews have continuously, the Jewish women specifically, and I felt this on October 7th, we have refused to capitulate. We've refused to stop. We just continue to build the Jewish nation. I want to stand up, but I feel like it's going to ruin the mic. It's just me in this room. I can't believe I have a Jewish life in me. It's a miracle. It's not just a miracle because I'm pregnant and I got pregnant, and there's so many women who are struggling to get pregnant. It's a miracle because I can't believe we still exist. And people think, even Jewish people, we think we know Judaism, we think we know Jewish history. We don't know anything. It's just scratching the surface. It's the tip of the iceberg. And that's really why I wanted to make this channel, not just for Jewish people and not just about Judaism, but on a quest for truth. We all have to ask ourselves, who is God? What is God? And what the heck does God want from me? Because I know I actually called my channel originally, I called it The Thirsty Souls, because I remember just thinking when I hit like 16, 17, 18, I was like, there's this aching inside of me. There is this thirst. There is this thing in me that just wants truth. And I don't even care what truth looks like. Very controversially, my dad, Rabbi Shmuley Boteach, you guys probably know him, he always said, he always was like, if Catholicism is the truth, then I'll become a Catholic. If Christianity, I'll become a Christian. If Islam, but it's just this. He always ended obviously with Yiddishkeit. Judaism is the truth, and so I choose Judaism because I need the truth, and I have that same exact thing, a desperation for truth, and I want to do that here. Just the Torah is. I know this sounds cliche. I cannot believe I have a Bible, a Torah, given from God to Moses on Mount Sinai 3,500 years ago, and I have it on my bookshelf. I have like 7 of them. It's a daily, I'm just in shock. And I keep telling myself, Rochel Leah, you have a limited time on this earth. And I mean, if Mashiach comes, hopefully Messiah will come, and we have an unlimited amount of time on earth. But I just want to learn. I want to get to know God. And I want to learn about, and that's why I created this channel. Because it's for the thirsty souls. If you are someone who just wants to know, you just freaking want to know, I'm here for you, and I want to do this together. We're going to learn about Jewish history and history in general. We're going to learn about the mitzvos, the commandments. If you're a Jewish woman and you want to know why the heck do I cover my head with someone else's hair? Why do I give my entire life to Judaism? Why is Jude, like, I don't even have a reason. This baby that's in my womb, I know I just want to give it Jewish values. I want to teach it this baby Torah the second it comes into this world. Why? What is this? What is happening to me? What is going on? Okay, I'm getting sidetracked. I just want to show you some books, okay? I've been reading lately. People Love Dead Jews. I am going to read this, God willing, at least once a year for the rest of my life. I've already read it basically twice, and I've printed out almost every single cited work that she used. Guys, learning about the lost history of the shtetls. Do you understand what we Jews have done to be here? I can't believe I exist. I know I sound crazy. I can't believe this baby inside of me exists. Judea, Israel, was colonized so many times. We Jews had to fight tooth and nail for thousands of years. And the empires that took over Judea, they just never stopped. That's not really what this is about. It's about a lot of things. The lost history of the shtetls. Do you understand there's a lost world of Yiddish-speaking Jews who lived to find God, to love God, to know God? Jews of rage. There's so much I want to talk about. Again, I know this is very Jewish. That's because I'm Jewish and I love Judaism. But if you're not Jewish, stay. Don't go. There's so much for you as well. The Earth is the Lord's by Abraham Joshua Heschel. I cried. I can't even tell you how much I cried. Cried. Both of those those books made me cry. I did not start this yet. It's actually a book on Catholicism by Robert Barron. It's called Journey to the Heart of the Faith. I'm actually studying very rigorously the beginnings of Christianity and the Catholic Church, the history of the Catholic Church. Nothing happens in a vacuum, and there is so much history. Europe hated Jews for like 2,000, a very long time, let's say 2,000 years. The end of that hatred kind of culminated in the Holocaust. It's all connected. I want to know, what is the connection? I want to know how, and separately, how did this faith, which really took over the world, Christianity, it started off as apocalyptic Judaism. It was a Jewish sect. All the earliest Christians were Jews. I just want to understand. I want to understand. Okay, Crime and Punishment by Dostoevsky. This actually just cracked in half. It ripped in half. It's my dad's. I stole it from his library. Constantine's Sword. This book is unreal. It is the history of the Catholic Church and the Jews. By the way, I also started researching a lot of this because Candace Owens, who's a Catholic, went rogue against Jews. And I was like, you know what? If she's right, then fine. No problem. I want truth. But she's not right, and she's actually a liar. And that's actually a video that's coming up. We have Moses by Aviva Gottlieb Zornberg, also cried. This is unreal, unbelievable. Israel, this book by Daniel Gordis. I don't know how to tell you about it. It's unreal. What we Jews, Israel, the fact that it's just think about how obsessed the world is with Israel. God has to exist. Just think about how this tiny little country the size of New Jersey and this tiny little nation, we hardly exist, the Jews. We're teeny tiny. We're 0.0018 or 28% of the population. I just saw that yesterday and I forgot. Unreal. Do you guys know that as Jews for 2,000 years, we've been praying 3 times a day, we still do, to return to the land of Israel? Do you know what we've done to get back to our land? And now you see the whole world trying to kick us out again. It's just, should I say unreal again? Should I? Do you dare me to say unreal? Okay, Dennis Prager. I already finished the Rational Bible for Genesis. We're now in Exodus because that's where we are in the Torah reading. I do this every day. I actually study it with, I study all these books. I can't read. I need to write to learn. I can read, but I need to write to learn. So most of these, okay, we're not done. Sorry. These are the books I've been reading while I've been nesting and creating this delicious baby. K'nai Nahara, God willing. Studies in Shemot from Nechama Leibowitz, a female Torah scholar. Female Torah scholar. That is very important to me that she's a female. Yes. I love when women learn Torah and teach Torah. The Lonely Man of Faith by Soloveitchik. Cried. I'm going to use single words. Cried. Cried. God in Search of Man. I'm just starting this now. Also by Abraham Joshua Heschel. My dad told me this changed his life, so I stole this from his library as well. Obviously, I had to read 1984 again and Animal Farm. I got this from Barnes & Noble. It's 2-in-1. Okay, then we have 2 ginormous books. Ugh. A Brief and Visual History of Anti-Semitism. This is not enough. It's incredible. It's amazing. It's not enough to really know, to really study anti-Semitism, but it's a great starting point. And I am almost done with this. And I'm studying it. I'm getting into it deep. We're going to talk about all this stuff, guys. The Book of Jewish Knowledge. This is by JLI, Jewish Learning Institute, I think it stands for. Unreal. Amazing. Didn't cry, but unreal and amazing. So those are the books that me and my little baby have been learning together. And this is what I've been doing for the past 5 months. I just want to know God, and I want to study together, and I want to learn Torah. And we're also, by the way, last thing, I'm going to end this introduction. This is the last thing I want to say. Hopefully my camera doesn't die. I've just got this new Sony camera, and I'm learning about all this tech stuff. I've seen in the Jewish community a lot. You know, I was raised by Rabbi Shmuley. We're also going to talk about my dad a lot because he's my hero. And he is the coolest person alive, and he's a living legend. And I can't believe I had the opportunity and the privilege to be raised by a living legend. I love him so much, and I study him. He's a phenomenal human being. He's the real deal. And yet, I've seen that because he's so real, and because, you know, in the Jewish community, sometimes we have this idea that everything we have to say, that we say, has to be pleasant and nice and beautiful and inspiring, and we love Hashem and the Torah, like I just been doing for the past 20 minutes. Sometimes you got to get real, and you have to talk about things that are unpleasant, but they're real and they affect our lives. A lot of people, when they hear me talking about these kinds of things, they just leave my channel. They unfollow me. They think it's unholy. And first of all, I don't want you to leave. I want you to stay. But also, it's a part of life. We have to talk about things that matter, that affect our lives. For example, our culture, celebrities, celebrity culture, things that are happening in the news, politics, people that are fake and toxic to us. These are all things I'm going to go into. I have a very loving side. I have lots of heart and soul, and I'm also very tough. And it's a package deal. We're going to talk about things, you know, sexuality, dating, the sexes, men and women, abortion. That's something I'm working on now. There are a lot of things that people hear and they're like, I don't like this kind of negativity. It's not negativity. It's just God gave us a mandate to live a meaningful life. And sometimes living a meaningful life means uprooting evil and acknowledging it and identifying it, talking about it and moving on. And there's going to be both of that. So there's going to be a lot of inspiration, but I'm also, it's complicated. I also have a lot of things to say that sometimes people don't like. And I'm asking you to stay. Don't leave. It's not unholy. It's not bad. It's not negative. We're going to do it together. And I'm so excited. Thank you for being here. And I will see you next time.